Hello and welcome back to another exclusive ParkLogic video. This is Tim, and here we've got, I guess, the extended crew this time. This is Michael, Laci and Danny.
Hi, how you going, you guys?
Okay, today this video is going to be a little bit more relaxed, more informal, and we're just going to tell you about some of the maybe more entertaining experiences we've had whilst working with other clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we've had some quite fun times, haven't we, Tim?
Yeah, it's been great.
And I've got to ask the question, Tim. Have you had your domainos?
I always have my domainos.
Always has his domainos. Tim, if you want to move across here a bit more, but let me tell you, we've had some fantastic clients. We have amazing clients at ParkLogic. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you out there. But also, we've had some fun stories, haven't we, guys? We've had some really interesting times. We were just reflecting across the years before. We thought it'd be nice to share some of these things. Yeah, I know that sometimes people don't realise what goes on behind the scenes, and all the different things that actually occur. But let me just say that I know that one thing, each of us, and I know the rest of the extended team, will crawl across broken glass for customers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I remember this one customer. They had all the domains at the registrar. I know you were involved with that, Danny.
Yes, that's right. They had all the domains at the registrar, which was all well and good until all the developers had left the registrar and all the domains had started to expire, and the client couldn't get access to the domains anymore. So we had to work on a couple of sheets of poor documentation about how to get access to the system, and then look through all the code that was on the system, trying to work out how to rescue these domains.
I'll never forget that. That was incredible.
That was difficult.
That was incredible. Like there was operating on Perl scripts, this antiquated stuff.
That's right. There was a lot of stuff there that well and good for the person who's developed it and knows how to work it, but for someone else coming in trying to rescue domains before they expire.
It's like 20,000 domains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so serious money at stake here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And not all the data worked.
Yeah. We had, I remember we had about like 10 different passwords. And some of them worked, some of them didn't, and we could get access to the servers only a certain way, and then to get in there and try to get the domains out, and
unlock some, but not others.
Yeah,
but then they would, but then they wouldn't.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of work to try and get that done.
I know we spent months.
It's actually an absolute mess.
It was serious money at stake, and in the end we rescued the domains. We got them into a good registrar and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
And the client was extremely happy, I must admit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because their head was about to be on the chopping block with investors, so they're pretty happy.
Actually, we made them a lot of money out of that one in the end when we culled all the ones that they didn't really need to.
Yeah, they didn't need a lot of the domains.
They didn't know that until we had a chance to look at them.
Exactly right. So, but I remember some funny stories. I was on the phone to a potential client in Africa. I was talking away at them going, what's that banging in the background? And they go, oh, it's gunfire. I'm going, gunfire? So,
why was there gunfire?
Yeah, it was just like a normal part of the conversation. Oh yeah, there's just some people out shooting some guns down the street, yeah.
Was it celebratory gunfire or violent gunfire?
All I know is when you shoot a bullet in the air, it comes down somewhere. Or another time I was talking to a person, and I was using Google Translator, and because I couldn't speak their language, they couldn't speak my language, and I was typing away in Google Translator, trying to work out, okay, how do I say this, and then I would then speak it on the phone, and in the end, we managed to swap somehow like our Skype addresses, and thank goodness for emoticons.
Right.
Yeah, and LOL. Yeah. They understood LOL, and they understood the emoticon of the the hand shaking. In other words, yes, I agree to that. It was so funny.
Oh, wow.
I had a lot of interesting experiences. I was just thinking of another one the other day. I was talking to a person who had like a Chinese type name.
Yeah.
They said that they're from Germany.
Yeah.
Okay. Their IP address put them in like Beijing. Their bank account they wanted to give was like Cyprus.
Right.
And it was just could I possibly have a more difficult person to deal with? Who is this person?
And their stockbroker lives on Mars as well.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, we're just going to take a quick break right now, and let's come back and we'll share some of the other stories we've had. Different things have happened over the years, and I really reflect on that. And the other thing that I find is, we're dealing with some domain owners. They're so appreciative. They really are, and they realise that, hey, you're going above and beyond.
That's great.
And I must admit, they're some of the worst for customers because it makes you want to do so much more for them still. But I'm just joking about that. But no, it's really nice being appreciated and that sort of stuff. And like I said, we crawl across broken glass with them, don't we, Tim?
Yeah. Well, it's one of the experiences I have. I generally call people up to, interview them and such. But I've had some funny experiences. One time I called up someone, it was in the UK, and it was late at night. It was late at night for me. It was maybe 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning, so I wasn't at my best. And I called them up, and of course, coincidence is this is midday in London or whatever, and they've just woken up.
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
So I'm just a bit frustrated. They're a bit grumpy that I've woken them up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right.
And I'm just talking about ParkLogic, and they're talking, and we're going, and then about halfway through, by halfway through, they're like, okay, so what are we doing? That they had no idea what ParkLogic was. They'd never applied for an account or anything.
Oh, that happens a lot, doesn't it?
And we just had a chat about everything, and it's incredibly frustrating. It's like, all right, I'm going to go back to bed now.
Yeah,
I'm going to go to bed maybe.
That's right. I'll tell you, that's so funny because we get so many phone calls now, or so many applications that come in, and people who are just using fake details and everything. So we call them all up because we don't know it's fake. We call them up and we're talking to Mary Ellen in Alabama, and Mary Ellen goes, "Who are you?" And we go, "Well, you applied for an account with ParkLogic," and they go, "No, we didn't." And we go, "Oh, Mary Ellen, sorry about that." Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the ways we go along and make sure that we're dealing with that actual person, which is tough. But you guys got any other stories?
One of the best things that I remember from the stories from the client was just him coming back to us and saying, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up."
Yes.
All the revenues that I've had has just jumped up ever since I put it into ParkLogic.
Yeah.
And that he put it around to a whole lot of different parking companies, and none of them had done nearly as well as what ParkLogic had done. And he didn't know what we were doing, but he was happy that we were doing it.
Yeah, that actually happens quite a bit, where people go, "What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing, but please, will you actually pay me this money?" It's funny on that. I had a customer working with, and they said to me, "I think you're faking the numbers."
Really?
Yeah, they said, "I think you're faking the numbers." And I said, "What do you mean we're faking the numbers?" And they said, "Well, it's so much higher than what I was getting before. So you obviously just want to keep all my traffic, so you're bumping up the revenue." And I said, "What do you care as long as we pay you?" Yeah. It's just like, let us continue to fake them then, which we weren't. Yeah, and so you get some funny...
How is that a good business plan?
Yeah, let me tell you.
We'd like to pay people more money.
Yes. We'd like to pay people more money than they earn. Not really sustainable. Yeah, so... But we've done some fun things along the way as well. Do you have any stories there, Laci?
Well, we've got some full-service customers where they're venture capital, not venture capital.
Yeah, private equity firms.
That's it. Yeah, they're large domains, and they sort of go, "This is all too much for us. Can you please make it work?"
Yes,
make it work.
Fix it, please.
Yes,
fix now.
They only earn this much. Make it earn more.
Yeah,
and a lot of that has been interesting, having discussions with them, going, "Well, look, these domains, they're earning really well, these ones not so much, we should get rid of those," and trying to convince them that, if you actually sacrifice this bit of revenue now, it's actually going to save you 8 or 9 times that bit of revenue at the end of the year when it comes renewal time.
So what you're saying is that moving them from a revenue mentality to a profit
mentality,
and just focus on profit.
And man, that's a tough discussion when they say, "Look, my revenue's dropped by $100 a month. What's going on?" And you go, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but the profit went up by like $500.
We just saved you something like $30,000 a year in your costs. So,
yeah, that's right.
Give up the $100 a month.
That's a common thing. That's a common thing. So we're just going to have another quick break right now, and when we come back, we'll discuss some more things about what we're actually doing at ParkLogic and some of the war stories. Reflecting on some of the other interesting stories over the years, and just with ParkLogic. And one of the things that I know, guys, that we live in a great country, but we're a long way away from everywhere. My goodness gracious. Like, to give you guys an idea how far away Australia is, or Melbourne, Australia, where we are, is we have to travel to get to the west coast of the US. It takes about 15 hours of actual flight time. Now, I remember this one story.
That doesn't include taxiing or anything.
No, that's including. That's just like from one airport to the other airport. And in fact, when we go to the East Coast to traffic, the traffic conference, I remember being there. It took 24 hours for me to get there in the end. And I was out by the pool, one of the cabanas at some function, talking to people, and this guy was talking to two of us who come from Australia, and he was just complaining about how his flight was just so long and everything like that. We said, "Whereabouts did you come from?" And he goes, "Boston." And we said, "You wimp." It was about like 3 hours or something like that. But you know what? One thing for sure, it also means is that sometimes, like for the European customers, I actually start work at about 6 o'clock at night, and work on through. But for the American customers, I start, say, 7 o'clock in the morning.
So you just don't sleep.
Like sleeping is an optional extra. It really is. But it's good though. It gives some time in the afternoon. I may have a bit of an extended afternoon tea. Sit down with my wife
because no one else is awake.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone else is asleep. Yeah. Something like that. But what's some other stories you guys have had?
I remember. Maybe this is not the best story, but I remember this is back on the time zone issue. This is only about a month ago. This happened where I finally caught up with a client, a potential client, which I've been chasing for about 6 or 7 weeks. Just because we kept missing each other. It was just okay because, he turned out to be a pretty cool guy and I signed him up. But it was so irritating. I tried calling his regular phone, his mobile, probably his business phone.
So you never gave up?
Yeah, never gave up. I ended up talking to his associate on Skype, which was a fun experience. I had every other phone number under the sun. I probably had his dog's phone number.
Yeah. So you just right. One of the clients applied, and you followed him up for a period of over 6 weeks just to be able to talk.
Correct.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah, it's just make sure you call it this time. It's like I called at that time every single time. About at least twice, but I don't know. Just things just didn't work out. Both busy, both had different schedules. So yeah, it's kind of one of the things that we finally got through. Yes. Big achievement. Cross them off the list.
Just getting back to time zones, I'll tell you what though, it's one of the great things is that when we go to a conference, particularly in the US, everyone else is getting tired as the night goes on. And all the Australians are like ready to go and party. We'll go to 4 a.m. in the morning or something like that. No problem at all.
Make some good deals then.
That's exactly right. So you apply the alcohol, then you do some deals. we're all awake.
Yeah, but waking up the next morning, I feel like I've been hit by a bus. Just remember the last conference. This is traffic.
The Domain Fest.
The Domain Fest is at the start of this year. On the final days, I was just so tired, I lost my voice.
Yeah. And
to try and, explain ParkLogic without a voice is very, very difficult.
Well, I remember one time I sat down and I wanted to go along and see a particular session. And there's a person from Google was speaking, and I really wanted to see. So I'm sitting at the back of the auditorium, one of the tables. The next thing I know, 15 to 20 minutes has vanished of my life. My brain just turned off, jet lag hit, and boom, I was gone. I think my head was smacked on the table. I was sound asleep. So I have no idea what that person said to this day. So if you're from Google, I do apologise. I wasn't being rude. It was just jet lag. But anyways, any other stories you guys have had?
Oh, it's nice. Talking about conferences, it's nice to catch up with people.
Oh, yeah.
Once you do get to the conference, you're all in the same time zone, so you can speak to everybody, which is
exactly.
And there's a lot of our contacts at our monetisation partners that they turn up to those things, and it's been good to be able to deal with them. A lot of them we've known almost 10 years. Or more.
Yeah. We've known some of the companies we've been working with for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Seen
them,
long time.
Had kids, seen the kids grow up.
That's exactly right. I literally have on my system photographs of the kids growing up.
It's always good to get to catch up. Which also then translates to benefit for you guys, because when we give them a call, we're business relationships as well, but there's a bit more than that, because we're actually...
There's a friendship
there too, so we actually do get things done when other people might go, I'm too busy to talk to them.
That's right.
I just also like to thank the monetisation partners. They've been really good. I've recently had the opportunity to start working with them, and they've just been so accommodating of some of the requests that we've been able to...
Yeah, they're really good like that, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, we've had a long-standing relationship with some of them.
Yeah. Some of them are really great. Like, they've helped out with doing keywording that they had to do manually because they hadn't yet had the ability to automate that. And they've just helped out with being able to always be there, always be enthusiastic about helping us better monetize the revenue and the domains that we have, so that we can find domains which monetize a certain level, but if we can reach this other monetization providers, we may get that niche where they can monetize these particular domains even more.
That's right, yeah, and I think that's the important thing. Is we view it as a close partnership, and we have, and we've really been with these people for many years.
Yes,
and we want that close partnership. And it's funny, when I have a new monetization partner approach me, say, hey, send your traffic to us, I sort of think, well, okay, there's a couple of things with this. One is, who are you? We don't know you compared to other people we've been working with for many years. And the other thing is that I want to be able to establish not just a business relationship, but a friendship. And so I like doing business with people I like doing business with. And I think that's very important. So, and getting to know a person across an extended period of time. Like, there's been many situations where I've had people at conferences say, hey, come and send your traffic to us. And I say to myself, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'll just see if you're at the next conference.
Right.
Or
wait for you to give me a call.
Yeah, it's exactly right, because I regard sending our clients traffic is just so critical. That we need to make sure that it's going to be performing more, performing better.
Yeah.
And not just like send it to some fly-by-night organisation.
It's got to be looked after too. Not even if it doesn't perform, we have to make sure that we send it somewhere where it's not going to be finding itself on the blacklists.
That's correct. It's going to be looked after. And we regard, the domains themselves, we treat them like securities. And to look after them, just like a normal stock in the stock market, to look after them for our clients and to respect them, and be paranoid about what do we do with that traffic. Yeah. So we've had a lot of experiences over the years, and let me tell you, this is just a couple we've shared. I hope you've enjoyed this. And you found that, hey, there's another side of this business that you may not be aware of, which is really talking about the service provider to the industry.
Yeah, so exactly. So if you've enjoyed this video, like us, comment on us, subscribe to us. If you're seeing this video and you would like to sign up for a ParkLogic account, put your #1 domain in the sample domain box as ParkLogicVideos.com. That way we can know that you came to us via this video, and hopefully we'll be able to process you a little bit faster. That'd be good.
No, absolutely. And the person who's registered ParkLogicVideos.com, kudos to you. Really, kudos to you. I think it's being parked at the moment.
Yes.
I think, well done. Well done for that. And we look forward to catching up with you. I'll actually be catching up with some of you in LA. Next week I'm heading off to the US on a trip. And look forward to seeing some of you then. In the meantime, we'll be doing a few more of these videos with more of the team, because there's a lot of us in ParkLogic. A lot of people don't realise that, and we'll do some more interviews and so forth. So you'll get to know, hopefully, the different members of the team, and look forward to seeing you again sometime.
All right, we'll see you later then. Bye.
Bye.